There have always been whispers about the mysterious and controversial parties hosted by Sean "Diddy" Combs. Diddy's influence spans decades, with parties that were attended by many celebrities. Over the years, some high-profile individuals have dropped subtle hints and shared unsettling stories that made fans wonder what truly went on behind closed doors. In this video, we'll take a look at celebrities who tried to warn us about these parties. But before that, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for regular updates. Now, let's get started. Number 5. Usher. Usher's experience at Diddy's parties is arguably one of the most disturbing, primarily because of how young he was at the time. During an appearance on The Howard Stern Show, the R&B singer briefly discussed a time in the 90s when he lived with Diddy, an experience known as Puffy Flavor Camp. Usher was just 14 years old when he attended this so-called camp, which supposedly aimed to teach him about the entertainment business. However, the reality of what happened at these events remains shrouded in mystery. When Howard Stern, known for his direct questioning, pushed Usher to share more about what happened at these camps, Usher was careful with his words. He described the experience as curious, and admitted that, at the time, he didn't fully understand what was happening around him. His careful phrasing and reluctance to explain only fueled speculation that these gatherings were anything but ordinary. The most telling part of the interview came when Stern asked if he would ever let his own children attend such a camp. Usher's immediate response was a firm no. The fact that he's still uncomfortable talking about it after so many years adds to the unsettling nature of his story. This strong reaction implies that whatever he saw or experienced at Flavor Camp wasn't something he would wish on anyone else, let alone his own kids. Though Usher didn't provide specific details, his reaction hints at a side of Diddy's parties that's best left unsaid. Number 4. Denzel Washington. Actor Brandon T. Jackson once shared a piece of advice he received from Hollywood legend Denzel Washington that has stuck with him ever since. According to Jackson, Denzel told him to leave 30 minutes before the devil gets there, referring to certain high-profile parties in the entertainment industry. While Washington never explicitly mentioned Diddy, the timing and context of the advice strongly suggest he was warning Jackson to stay away from those particular events. Brandon T. Jackson recalled how Denzel would always make a point to leave gatherings early, never sticking around for the late-night after-parties, where things were rumored to take a darker turn. Jackson took this advice to heart and has tried to distance himself from any parties that have a questionable reputation. Whenever he's invited to events that give off a strange vibe, he remembers Denzel's words and makes sure to leave before things escalate. Denzel Washington's advice, while cryptic, speaks volumes about his awareness of the darker side of the industry. Denzel's words suggest that there are unseen forces or situations that develop late into the night, ones that he has chosen to avoid. His cautionary tale has taken on new weight as more and more stories about Diddy's parties emerge. Jackson's decision to follow Washington's advice reveals just how influential and serious that warning was. Number 3. Katt Williams. Comedian Katt Williams has never been one to shy away from speaking his mind, and in a 2024 interview in January, he made some shocking comments, particularly about naming Diddy. Williams, known for his controversial views and fearless commentary, made a shocking prediction about the entertainment industry. He stated that all lies will be exposed and hinted that 2024 would be the year when many high-profile figures, including Diddy, would face serious consequences for their past actions. His comments were direct, leaving little room for confusion. In the interview, Katt called out what he referred to as big deviants, hinting that some of Hollywood's biggest names were involved in activities that would soon come to light. Specifically, he mentioned Diddy by name, stating that his past would catch up with him. Williams also shared that he had turned down large sums of money to stay away from these parties and events, which he felt compromised his principles. For him, remaining independent and true to himself was more important than any financial gain. Katt's statements seemed less like random accusations and more like warnings. What makes Katt's statements particularly compelling is how accurately they foreshadowed the backlash and fallout Diddy would face later that same year. While many dismissed his comments at the time as just another celebrity rant, the accuracy of his predictions has since drawn significant attention. For someone who has been a part of Hollywood's inner circle, Katt's remarks carried weight, suggesting that he knew far more than he was letting on. Whether Katt had inside information or was simply speaking his mind, his bold statements have added credibility to the growing unease surrounding Diddy's gatherings. Number 2. Ashton Kutcher. Actor Ashton Kutcher is known for his easygoing and friendly personality. However, during his appearance on the popular interview series Hot Ones, the actor hinted that not everything about his past experiences was as light-hearted as it seemed. When asked about his experiences attending various celebrity events, especially Diddy's parties, Ashton immediately got uncomfortable. His initial reaction was a nervous chuckle that seemed to mask some unease. He admitted that he has got a lot he can't tell. What's more interesting is how he seemed to be mentally filtering through his memories, almost as if he was weighing which stories were safe to tell. He repeated, "Can't tell that one either," giving the impression that there were numerous incidents he'd rather not bring up. This left viewers to wonder what exactly he had seen or experienced at these gatherings. Ashton deftly shifted the conversation away from the parties to move to a safer topic and spoke about his friendship with Diddy and how they once ran a marathon together. For someone who began the interview dodging party stories, it was odd to see Kutcher bring up Diddy again later, seemingly out of nowhere. His behavior implies that there are layers to his stories, ones that might not be appropriate for public consumption. The fact that Ashton, who has been part of Hollywood for decades, is still so cautious about what he can and can't say speaks volumes about the secrecy surrounding these gatherings. While Kutcher has always maintained a certain level of discretion, his inability to speak freely suggests that there is indeed something peculiar about these events that makes them hard to forget or even to describe. Number 1. 50 Cent. 50 Cent has been one of the most vocal critics of Diddy's alleged misconduct over the years, and he hasn't been shy about explaining why he steers clear of the music mogul's events. In a July 2024 interview with The Hollywood Reporter, 50 Cent stated that he avoids Diddy's parties because they have an uncomfortable energy, and accused Diddy of using his influence to manipulate people. He said this is why he has always kept his distance, preferring to stay out of situations that could potentially damage his reputation. 50's comments were not just offhand remarks. In fact, he's been vocal about his issues with Diddy for years, hinting at the darker side of these gatherings long before anyone else. He's now producing a documentary set to be released on Netflix that aims to shed light on these allegations. The documentary has been described as a complex narrative spanning decades, focusing on giving a voice to those who might have been affected by these controversial parties. While many celebrities prefer to stay silent, 50 Cent has taken it upon himself to publicly confront Diddy's alleged misconduct. He has even gone so far as to state that he's the only one who has been vocal about it for so long, claiming that other celebrities have remained silent out of fear. Whether the documentary will finally reveal the truth remains to be seen, but 50 Cent's persistent outspokenness is setting the stage for what could be a game-changing exposé. That's all for today's video. I hope you liked the video. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more updates. Thanks for watching.